Jump out with the and just let it fly. 2 in 1 day, you on a roll, bro, give me high five. And Curiously dies across the block.
Gun violence and murder rate in Philadelphia are skyrocketing. Well, this year the city has recorded 555 murders and the year isn't over.
How you watch a homie die? It was nothing you could do. Go X Fox 29. We put niggas on the KG died on the same drill with 2 for 1. Put a switchy on the 10, hit me with the same gun.
One be on the gram trolling like my bro ain't hit him up. Said we making up these names, y'all about to make me dig them up. God watch just what I say, I know the feds trying to get the.
Your perspective, you are the leader of our police department. Is Philadelphia a safe city?
It is, but it has its pocket.
3 pounds of the fro, I sell it whole or break it down. February 24th, we smoke Rizzy out the pound. He caught a headshot on the 9, they found that little boy out of bed.
And then we out, we see that boy, he ain't heard of. We done got that drop and hit the top, another murder. Splash gang still on top, he tripping fell, boy, that shit over.
They told me don't this the dead, I'm like I can't stop. Fro buddy snipe all in the air, that's 3 different blocks.
Well, that's we dangerous up in our hood. We got different type ops, so we got different type glocks. With this big ass chop, we hop out, walk him down, for sure he done. Said it, say that light ain't changed his fast, told she go pick him up. Took too long to play the mirror, shit too bad, we send him up. Red dot, headshot, big locks that made his head pop. Still can speak on what's the name, they still ain't dead none. Check the stats, them niggas know what's up. We hit some wigs, wolfing on the net, he done got touched, go pick your man up. Said he camped done hold them big ass shots and did some rack, go X bout she flame too. We smoke dead ops, his face shows through the smoke like who is you? We smoke dead ops, his face shows through the smoke like who is you?
With the conviction and sentencing of defendant Arshad Curry, that's A-R-S-H-A-D, last name Curry, C-U-R-R-Y, for his role in multiple shootings and homicides in Philadelphia. Ultimately, this case is about YBC. And YBC, sometimes known as the Young Bag Chasers, has a new name. I didn't invent it. Somebody else did. The new name is you've been charged. And the newer name is you've been convicted. Because at this point, we are looking at multiple murders, multiple shootings, multiple convictions for horrific killings, very often of people they did not target, that occurred over a period of time.
We've talked about the unbelievably violent year 2021 was all across the nation. The global health event, which started in 2020, turned America upside down. What we call gang violence increased dramatically in major cities like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. PUA money and PPP loans, along with the protests and the riots in the summer of 2020, had police departments and progressive DAs across the country at odds. In places like Philadelphia, progressive district attorneys such as Larry Krasner were changing the way the prosecutor's office and the rest of law enforcement interacted. Krasner wanted more accountability from the police and his own DAs, and the police wanted more money and more of the same old, same old. 2021 was an awful year for Philadelphia in terms of the violence and the sky-high murder rate. Equally as grim was the fact that kids as young as 15 were starting to get involved more and more with drill rap. Along with drill rap comes the pressure of living that life, showing and proving. In drill rap, no more does the mere act of killing someone give teenagers any sorrow or remorse, or fear of being caught for that matter. These days, the thoughts that come with a murder are clout and fame, the next big drill song, and no group took more advantage of that dynamic than the Young Bag Chasers, or YBC. Those familiar with this channel should be well acclimated with this group by now. Led by YBC Duel, the street and rap collective made their unnecessary and destructive war part of everyday conversation on certain Instagram pages and the Philly subreddit. These particular murders that we're going to talk about today fueled a lot of that conversation. YBC was famous for giving their ops that died different nicknames than they were known as on the street. Bud from Callow Hill became Buddy. Kanye Pittman from North Philly became Young Bull from the back block.
What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. It's QR Gaming. I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
His friends called him Q Raw, but YBC named him Q Rizzy. Sid became Fro, and Booga, the brother of CCK's Sonny Goon, who was YBC's main ops, is dissed and referenced all the time by the place he worked, McDonald's. Being in YBC has got to be one of the most dangerous groups to join. Go to any music video from 2021 or 2022, and most, if not all of the people in the video, except for Duel, are dead or in jail. Take this video called Top Seed. Ironically, in the beginning, it's F5 talking to Curry, who's in jail. F5 would go on to be arrested along with Curry for a double homicide later the same year that we'll talk about later in the video.
That you made this shit won't get you far. We them youngers that hop out banging, we don't shoot from far. We gon' get up close and hit on fast and tap his wig with girl. Yeah, we them boys up in the hood, they got it poppin'. All that wolf and hit and dead, we crack his head and blame his partner. Big D way 8 followers, welcome down, shit, we ain't stopping.
Gotta suit up on the missions, I ain't do that in a minute. If I send my niggas, then it's gonna be a killing.
You can't forget them. We the ones chasing shit. They ain't giving niggas devil. I think this nigga see my face, so I'ma shoot him. Smoking big fro for all the people that keep asking us. Fro, get up. Come on, Fro. Come on.
This shit different. I heard they caught them niggas at the light and started blinking. There's so many trophies on the shelf. 5 like bro, pass the weed, I want snipe to myself. Little buddy hit hard.
Everyone in this video is dead or in jail. Arshad Curry, a 22-year-old from Philadelphia, was recently sentenced to 42.5 to 85 years in prison for a series of violent crimes that left 3 teenagers dead and 2 others wounded in 2021. Curry was a member of a street gang known as the Young Bag Chasers, or YBC, and his crimes were part of a broader pattern of violence in the city. The first incident occurred on July 21st, 2021, when Curry and another individual ambushed 4 teenagers, hitting 3 and killing 2 near 56 and Vine Streets in West Philadelphia. They opened fire, killing 16-year-old Kaylin Johnson and 18-year-old Tommy Frazier, while seriously injuring 16-year-old Damon McNeil. The victims were not the intended targets, but were instead caught in a gang-related dispute. Curry's second major crime that he was charged for took place on September 16, 2021 in the Port Richmond area. Curry and an accomplice killed 19-year-old Sidney Sessoms in his home. Sessoms' father was also shot multiple times but survived. Curry also fired at responding police officers before being captured while hiding under a vehicle nearby. Curry was convicted of multiple charges, including third-degree murder, conspiracy, attempted murder, and assaulting law enforcement officers. His sentence reflects the severity of his actions, which devastated several families. Despite attempts by his defense to argue that Curry was a product of his traumatic environment, the judge emphasized the need for accountability and imposed a lengthy prison sentence. Arshad Curry was affiliated with the Young Bag Chasers, like I said earlier. YBC became what we know them as today, around 2021 and 2022. Disrespectful song lyrics, guns, and references to dead people is what made the spectacle of YBC what it is. Led by rapper YBC Duel, they have been a mainstay in Philly drill culture.
I asked Brody what he smoking on. He said he can't say we spent that block and he got dropped. It wasn't meant, but he got framed. He tried run, his shit started giving up. Big 4 hit his brain. Check the stats. Why he's big, why he fading, did some things. Can't talk about rap, but we got Vicks from hood to hood. Niggas pay us our respect when we walk in, bitch, know we good. A murder K, walk him down, just dream like you should. Walk him down, for sure he done. Said it, say that light ain't changed his fast, though, go pick him up. Took too long to play the mirror, shit too bad, we send him up.
Present on my birthday, bro, just call you what a op. I said, damn, bro, give me details. He just said he hit his top. Now he a gone. YBC bitch with a chain.
The splash gang stand on top, he trippin' fell, but that shit over. Hold on, wait, bro, he ain't finished. Chase it down, put 2 up in his top, that's how we feel. Was out slipping in that ride, we had to blick him.
We done bit the whole fucking West, we looking for the ops. Q5 or K3 can't make no more jump shots.
We gon' blend the trill on for the past another day, bitch, watch him out. We them youngers that hop out and stand on beds.
You gon' DIE, bitch, if you throwing up them threes. Hit that cut and wet it up and spray it like Febreze. He ain't even see me coming and they screaming out breathe. Sniper runner, hold up, wait, I got him, let me chase him down. He ain't see it coming, then he twitching on that ground. Switchy, we got 30s, we got 50s, we got pounds. Little bro in love with it, so he like how it sound. You ain't got a body, you can't roll with us.
Gang member will serve up to 85 years behind bars for his role in the deaths of 3 teenagers. Shawnette, we heard from one of the victims' grieving mothers after the sentencing.
Well, Chris, that mother says that she was harassed by gang members who bragged about the murder. She also says that her son was a student athlete who also excelled academically.
Just imagine sending your son to school and they don't come home from school.
Emily Johnson is numb still over the murder of her son, 16-year-old Kalen Johnson, after which she says his killers taunted her and bragged about it in music they made.
And not only does your only child not return home from school, you're getting trolled by, you're getting harassed by a bunch of untalented rappers dissing you about your son that was, an accident.
Johnson spoke tearfully today during the district attorney's weekly news conference. Larry Krasner announced the conviction of Kalen's killer, 22-year-old Arshard Curry, seen here in pictures the DA displayed during the news conference. Curry is the fifth of 5 YBC members, which stands for Young Bag Chasers.
The new name is you've been charged, and the newer name is you've been convicted.
Krasner says Kalen isn't the only victim.
We are looking at multiple murders, multiple shootings.
A major incident in July of 2021 is what made YBC and CCK start beefing. Tommy Frazier had one eye on the NBA as he started high school. Friends and family rave about Tommy's ball handling skills. Frazier, or Snipe as his friends know him, had enrolled at Simon Gratz High School in November of 2020.
Bitch ass nigga. I'm like, the 9, nigga. The 9.
Y'all lost like 8 homies. Y'all a game full of weed. I heard Lil Snipe was at the light and got left.
Tommy and Kalen Johnson were good friends growing up. Kalen Jihad Johnson, or K3, had just got his driver's license a few weeks before this incident. He picked up a few friends, including his childhood best friend Tommy Frazier, and headed to play basketball on Wednesday, July 21st, 2021, a sunny afternoon in West Philadelphia. In addition to being a standout basketball player himself, KJ, or K3, also played football for Boys Latin High. The car ride that day ended in tragedy. Johnson, 16, and Frazier, 18, were fatally shot just after noon that day while seated in a car on the 200 block of North 56th Street in West Philadelphia after Curry and F5, the 2 convicted gunmen, fired into the vehicle. Another 16-year-old was wounded by bullet fired in broad daylight near a daycare and a bus stop. Kalen Johnson was heading to his junior year at Boys Latin Charter School. Another victim, 16-year-old Damon McNeil, was shot and seriously wounded in the attack. The 3 teens were not the intended targets. F5 and Curry left F5's house and went to Boys Latin High and watched as KJ and Snipe got in KJ's car as they followed them to the corner of 56th and Vine. Curry jumped out and chased Snipe down. KJ was killed in the car and a 3rd teen was hit. None of the 3 casualties were the intended target. A 4th teen in the car that day was actually who they were after. Surveillance footage tracked the car they were in back to F5's mother's house. The next day, F5 and his mom moved out.
When you have a son or a daughter, you want them and you give them your namesake, they probably don't even know it, but you put them at a level. And he done surpassed it. If God took me today, I'm happy. And I mean that. I mean that.
Your dad, Sam, is one of the best basketball dads out there. If Sam Sessoms was coming up today, you know how hard it would be to keep him at one school or on one AAU team? These guys, every year, you got to re-recruit.
Jumping ship.
Yes.
Jumping ship.
Yes. Do you think that's a positive or minus? I mean, do you think that loyalty plays a role, or should kids just always be on the look for what's best for me? Like, what I can get out of it?
It's all about how you live your life as principles. Like, I got principles to how I am. And it's principles not just with basketball, how I make basketball decisions, how I act with my family, how I act with my friends. It's just principles, certain things you do, certain things you don't do. I grew up on loyalty. Where we from, like a lot of places, like where I'm from really built me, you know, but like it's been times.
What block?
I'm from 39th and Walloosa, 39th Street. But it's all
at the bottom.
Yeah, it's the bottom. That's the heart of the bottom.
Mill Creek, where?
Yeah, it's the bottom.
That's the heart of the bottom.
Sydney and Sam Sessoms grew up on 39th and Wyalusing in West Philadelphia. Sidney Sessoms' family had moved away from West Philly to Port Richmond, seeking safety from the ongoing feud between YBC and the surrounding blocks. But Curry went to extraordinary lengths to find them, said Sidney Pope, assistant district attorney. He canvassed their new neighborhood with a photo of Sessoms' mom, asking corner stores and neighbors if they had seen the woman or knew where she lived. I highlight his brother Sam to juxtapose Sam and Sidney's lives. Both grew up in the same household, but went in two completely separate directions in life. Sam ended up playing collegiate basketball for Penn State and eventually Coppin State. He had a decent college career and has a bright future ahead of him. His brother Sid went the other way. Sid was interested in the streets for most of his life. He was always in and out of jail. He started beefing with YBC and other blocks from the neighborhood as early as 14 or 15 years old. Sidney, or Sid as they knew him, had created enemies with YBC by taking credit for the murder of BL. Sid also claimed to have shot Lil Moo. By the time Sid's family had relocated to Port Richmond, YBC had already shot his 6-year-old sister and killed Rodney Hargrove in their hunt for him. When Sid's 6-year-old sister was shot, his mom and dad were sitting on the block in their car watching the little girl. When gunmen opened fire on Sid as he scrambled and his sister was hit, the car his parents were sitting in was also hit by gunfire.
First, we're following breaking news. A little girl is shot in Philadelphia in what's becoming an all too familiar trend. This is Eyewitness News at 6, and we are streaming live on CBSN Philly. Hello, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Jessica Cartalia. A 6-year-old girl is hospitalized after being shot in West Philadelphia. It happened this afternoon on Wyalusing Avenue, and we're told the girl was outside playing with her friends when a group of men ran up and opened fire. She was shot in her leg. The girl's parents were in a car, which was also hit by bullets.
It's disgusting, yet again, that I'm here speaking to you about a 6-year-old getting shot. But what's also very striking to me is that the 6-year-old had the wherewithal to tell her parents that she had been shot. How does a 6-year-old know what getting shot is like? How does a 6-year-old know what bullets sound like, or what, gunfire sounds like? And how does she know, or how does he or she know what a bullet wound looks like? That is what's so heart-wrenching for me.
Police are searching for the group of men who fled in a dark-colored sedan.
Rodney Hargrove had nothing to do with this beef, and in fact was mistaken for Sid on the night he was killed. Around midnight, March 17, 2021, Rodney was released from CFCF on State Road. YBC had faulty intel from a CO who mistook Rodney for Sidney. They both had afros and similar sounding names. Rodney was chased from the bus stop across the street from the jail. He ran back towards the jail and was shot and killed.
Rodney Hargrove of Philadelphia, most likely a Germantown area, was released around 1:10 a.m. this morning, posting bail after spending a week behind bars for several charges, which included theft and gun-related charges. Now, according to the prison, Hargrove was waiting for family to pick him up at a SEPTA bus station about 3/4 of a mile down the street here on State Road from the current Fromhold Correctional Facility, where inmates who have just been released are typically dropped off. At that point, a dark-colored vehicle approached the man, who ran back onto prison property and through a security gate. The prison says the car was able to advance past that security gate, where they shot Hargrove at least 10 times. Why that gate was up is unclear, and the prison says they are currently investigating. They say a guard was on duty at the time and that the arm is opened manually.
It's raised by the correctional officer assigned to that post, and for whatever reason the officer raised it, and at the time of the pursuit the vehicle was able to proceed through that raised arm. We're surveilling our video if we have any, and we'll cooperate fully with the police. If we determine that there is video, we'll share it.
Now, there is no video from that SEPTA bus station, so the only reliable information they have on suspects right now is any video that they're able to unearth from prison property. That's the latest here from Northeast Philadelphia. Dan Gooch, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Dan, thanks for that update. Meanwhile,
like how the fuck he still allowed them shots in his body? Thought shit was coming up the F, that's why we cook Rodney.
Thought shit was coming up the F, that's why we cook Rodney.
When YBC finally caught up to Sid, it was after months of practically stalking him like prey. Curry, like I said earlier, was stated to have a picture of Sid, which he shopped at corner stores in the area of Sesam's new neighborhood in Port Richmond, asking store owners if they've seen the new family. On the night of Sid's murder, September 16, 2021, Curry went up to the porch of the family home, saw Sid sitting on the couch, and opened fire, hitting not only Sid, but also his father, who was in the living room as well. As Sid went to run upstairs, he was hit in the chest. Police in the area heard the shots and immediately responded to the scene. They observed Curry in dark clothes, and upon seeing the officers, he shot at them. The officers lost sight of Curry, but after creating a block perimeter, they found him hiding under a vehicle. Along with Curry was his gun he just used to shoot Sid and his fathers, and to shoot at 2 police officers, along with his cell phone. Phone records and communications were extracted from the phone. Texts between himself and F5 were recovered. Curry and F5 were not the only 2 YBC members sentenced recently. Last year, Zaire Crawford, or 1K, Samaj Nolan, or Reek 1200, and Yassine Miles, aka Baby Wick, were all convicted separately for the deaths of Kanye Pittman and Nasir Marks. All 3 got massive sentences for their involvement. Reek and 1K got 35 to life for the 2 murders, and Baby Wick got 20 to 40 on conspiracy charges. Arshad Curry ended up getting 42.5 to 85 years for the murder of Kaylin Johnson, Tommy Frazier, and Sidney Sessoms. Reyes Sherman, or F5, ended up getting 12.5 to 25 years for 2 counts of third-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder, also conspiracy. All 6 victims in this case were teenagers aged 19 or younger. All the men that have been sentenced have the right to appeal. I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential, and until next time, be safe.